After the massive success of Superman, artist Bob Kane was inspired to create his own superhero, the Batman. Kane's original design was a far cry from what we know today: a red suit, a domino mask, blonde hair, and bat wing. Realizing it needed more work, Kane turned to writer Bill Finger for help. Finger quickly rejected Kane's initial ideas, suggesting major changes that would shape the Batman we recognize. He swapped the bright colors for a darker look, introduced the iconic cape and cowl, and proposed that the character should have no superpowers. Finger also crafted Batman's civilian identity, Bruce Wayne, naming him after historical figures Robert the Bruce and Mad Anthony Wayne. The tragic backstory of Bruce Wayne's parents being killed in an alley, and the idea of Batman as a detective, all thanks to Finger. With these improvements, Kane pitched Batman to National Comics, and the character made his debut in Detective Comics number 27 in May 1939. Although Bill Finger wrote the story, he wasn't credited, marking the beginning of a long history of ghostwriting for Batman comics. When Kane negotiated the rights to Batman, he claimed to be the sole creator and secured a mandatory byline that credited only him. While he verbally agreed to share the profits with Finger, that promise was never formalized, and Finger never saw a dime. Despite being uncredited, Finger continued to write Batman stories into the mid-1960s, contributing to much of what we now consider essential to the Batman universe. He created the Batmobile, the Batcave, Gotham City, and gave Batman the nickname The Dark Knight. He also introduced key characters like Robin, the Joker, Catwoman, Commissioner Gordon, the Riddler, and the Scarecrow. Yet, the only official writing credits Finger received were for 2 episodes of the 1966 Batman TV series. In 1965, Finger finally spoke out about his role in Batman's creation at the first New York Comic Con. His story spread through an article by pop culturist Jerry Bales. Kane quickly responded by publicly denouncing Finger, labeling him a fraud. Sadly, by the time of his death in 1974, Finger was deeply in debt, and still without the recognition he deserved. It wasn't until after the success of Tim Burton's Batman in 1989, Bob Kane acknowledged Finger as a contributing force behind Batman. In his autobiography, Kane expressed regret that Finger never received the recognition he deserved, admitting that if he could go back, he would have ensured Finger's name was on the work. For decades, Finger's family struggled to gain him the credit he was due. It wasn't until writer Mark Tyler Nobleman began researching Finger's life, real progress was made. Nobleman discovered that Finger had a granddaughter, Athena Finger, and encouraged her to fight for her grandfather's legacy. After years of legal battles, a settlement was reached. In September 2015, DC Entertainment finally acknowledged Bill Finger as co-creator of Batman. Starting with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and the second season of Gotham, the credit was updated to read Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. Finger's long overdue recognition was further highlighted in the Hulu documentary Batman and Bill, released in 2017.